things I watch in the movie, it's as if it wasn't real. But my concern is this: when someone who knows that people are inside there and they are busy packaging something up, some persons are there, why will you go and cook behind there? Even if you told them that they should not do this maybe before, and they continue doing it, you yourself should have known the implication of cooking behind them. At least we should try and avoid, if that woman didn't cook, at least this thing would have been averted. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Nena. I can hear you.
Fine. I know what they did is wrong by packaging those things inside, or by being there doing packaging their goods is wrong. But the person who cooked behind it is also wrong. Even if you told them not to do that, must you do it to see what will happen, or pretend? There is something you do, you are actually romancing the devil, and just to see what the devil will do. Even a child in the stomach knows that food is very wrong. Keeping it in a place where it's not supposed to be, even that. But you yourself are close there.
So you're saying that the people, some people are not safety conscious. That's why these kind of things keep happening.
Well, it's so sad that it's happened like that, because I witnessed it.
All right, then. Thank you very much. Alex on the line from Burukuri. Alex, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Alex.
Okay, this is Alex from New Road, Burukuri.
Go on, please.
For me, I know encourage the studies of crude oil or fuel for houses. They welcome development. Like this kind of things, government need to play a role for this. Government is supposed to make the products available to everybody. No make them to scarce. Sometimes I think they make people they stop when they don't have panic buying. So time we'll get fuel, all those things. So some people go on take advantage of that. They start and they keep so that they will make quick money. And when they make the quick money, they danger other people's life. So I think government to do that to make the product available at all costs. Make sure say scarcity not supposed to be. And community leaders them is supposed to exercise the citizens there. So they let them know say this thing no good. So they store these things for living area. Even this our petroleum business that's what they do. Residential areas have no good make they say make finish station area people they live. No, they're good. I remember when they grew up as a child. That time they go say you need to give 10 kilos. We have people know they live. Maybe where you go get your finish station. But now because of business, even for community self, where finish station day, all those things, then everything government is supposed to do. To make.
All right, Alex, thank you. Patrick from Echek. Patrick, good morning. Please call back. We have a break coming up, please. Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Nigeriainfo. Right back after this.
our greetings to you and to you who's not in Port Harcourt, but you're still paying attention to us. It's always a humbling experience when I remember this. All right, so thank you to our Abuja listeners, to our Lagos listeners, and interestingly, to our Jos listeners. Fantastic stuff. Getting to see some of your comments over the past few weeks, particularly those of you in Jos. I'm sorry I haven't acknowledged you recently, but thank you very much. But now to the very heavy and serious business before us this morning. So what can be done to or should anything be done for us to not be storing petrol in our houses? And this can happen anywhere in the world. I have friends who live in Dallas, Texas, and Fort Lauderdale, and all the other parts of Texas. And a few years ago there was some big drama, some wind or tornado. I know some of the Nigerians were doing very well. You know why? The Nigerian in them told them that when they bought their house, yes, the power was constant. They also bought a generator. It's one of the funniest things ever. The Nigerian in them told them, please, let's just have gen in our house just in case. And so when there were power cuts, they were fine. How do you run those generators? You have to have some petrol. So how were they storing theirs? How do they store theirs? What are we not telling our people so that we can reduce these accidents? Patrick is on the line from a chip. Patrick, good morning to you, please.
Yes, I agree.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm at the party. I'm calling from my prayer.
Go on, please.
Do you know one of the reasons why this is happening is carelessness? Carelessness in the sense that people know that this thing is dangerous and they are also doing it. Like some months ago, in Neche here at Omechem, Neche, such a thing happened in that place. Many families died and was buried.
Oh dear.
In the same issue. Let me ask people, the public, how many times will something happen to you for you to know the ear is blocked? What I suggest is, I will urge the government to set up a task force in each community that will monitor all these people that store all this fuel. Like you will see them with the rubber. When you set up community task force that will monitor all these things, you will see them running to hide them inside the bush. I hope that will be a measure to put to safeguard their life and also to serve the life of their neighborhood. I thank you very much. I'm at the party from HA.
All right, Mandy Patrick, thank you very much. So that's one concern, talking about those who illegally store large quantities, because I think, the point there is making that, look, all those people who do, illegally refined products, that's artisanal refining, illegal artisanal refining, they need to store. And then those who are also in the city, because I remember during the very serious scarcities under the Abacha regime, there was a petrol station in town. It used to be called Ajip. How many of you know that remember that petrol station, Ajip in town, near the cemetery? Small petrol station, right? Behind it, some boys that started, those are going to buy black market fuel. They caught there with you plenty jerry cans. One day that place burnt. The petrol station somehow was saved, was spared. But that small, what started out somebody's backyard, now turned out to be a business line along that street with lots of yellow jerry cans, black jerry cans, big drums even. It became like a depot. That place got burnt. So yes, I can understand for those huge sums, maybe some monitoring committee should be enforced or inaugurated. But what about you and I, who will carry our products home? Ibiso on the line from Odili Road. Ibiso, good morning to you, please.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
You don't go buy your own key for your house, have you?
Oh.
I always say Nigeriainfo, safety is one of people's morning devotion. Let me put it like that. Every day, Nigeriainfo announce about safety. the disadvantage of these things. They will tell people without, looking back, and people will still make the same mistake. But we will not just abandon them. Now, let me give you in two ways now. One, I blame the government. Two, the filling stations, the association that are dealing with these products. Judy, you go to a filling station, they say they don't have fuel, and you see thousands of black market front of the filling station selling fuel.
Oh,
now, the filling station owners are encouraging these people. The government on their own part, they don't want to know. Jude, if you go to Abonima, for example, I don't think they have filling station in Abonima, or in Bakana, or in Tombia, or even in Opopo. No filling station. So these people will buy these products to come and sell black market in the community.
In the communities.
So you see that if the government are serious, like before in this Calabar area, I don't know why they have a slow station.
Yeah, like fuel boats that used to move around to sell.
Yes, NMPC flow filling station that is on
the platform.
People can go there with their boat and buy. But I don't know whether they still operate. So you see that if these rural areas they don't have filling stations, they will buy it in large quantity and bring it to the village to sell, and they don't know about the safety precaution. And our organization agency, I don't know whether they are still alive. If they go and even knock down cry and tell them about it, they'll say, okay, now our own also be this. So the government should first of all go against these black marketers and the filling station owners that are selling them this way. Now go to some filling station in Port Harcourt. No filling station, they don't have fuel, but black market have fuel in the front of the filling station. Who is giving them the fuel? So the government should rise up to their responsibility by putting a law and follow it up. Not because there are some of them are taking fuel in the government house, free fuel. They don't know what the masses are passing through. So if they penalize some places that are doing this thing, at least they will be cautioned. And they should look at a way for the rural area to put a mini filling station in the rural area.
In some of the places. It's not a bad suggestion, Ibiso, because now I'm very sure a lot of people have had this experience, but the way you've expressed it makes me now believe that a lot of the times that we have been suffering, people have not been speaking out about it. Because how can Abonima, as big and as wealthy as Abonima is, we'll soon start looking for Abonima Buguma Beach Party very soon. There's no petrol station in that place. That's a big concern. Oh, okay. Let me read your messages now on WhatsApp. All right, 009-030-6416. Now, story of safety. Life has no duplicate. My heart goes out to the families of those who lost their loved ones. But to tell you the truth, no, most of them will make heaven, because God Himself is not in support of fire. God did. Hey. Hey. Okay. All right. They will make heaven. Let's move on. Good morning, Jude, and Happy New Week. When the people tasked to stop these happenings, encourage it, what do we do? A complete building on Lagos Street, Port Harcourt Township, is used as a storehouse for crude. A whole building. Jude, do you know that this said building is secured by police and military forces? Because they get paid for protecting a ticking time bomb. Sad. This is frightening. What I just read. A complete building in Lagos Street, Port Harcourt Township, is used as a storehouse for crude. Do you know that this building is secured by police and military forces? Because they get paid for protecting a ticking time bomb. Okay, now, I know this is not eyewitness reports, but I have to take this very seriously. I don't know how many. I know we have a good number of listeners who are in the township, the Port Harcourt Township, old Port Harcourt Township area. I have not heard of this building before. Maybe I have passed it. I didn't know it was what it is or what they allege it is. But please, can someone either call or corroborate this? And maybe more awareness needs to be raised about the safety of the lives and property around said building. So please, if you're in that particular township and you know about this place that I just read this message from, once again, a complete building on Lagos Street in Port Harcourt Township is used as a storehouse for crude. Do you know this said building is secured by police and military forces because they get paid for protecting a ticking time bomb? Now, I don't know the details, but a little, corroboration would help. Maybe I think I'll forward this. See what we can find, and who people can speak to about this. Is not a good thing to read about, really. The world is a small place. How will it be if that no one dies in the last 20 years? How will Port Harcourt look like? And if such didn't happen, what news will you read? Business must go on, Jude. If you die, another will continue somewhere. When it happens, it happens. Douglas says. When it happens, it happens. Jude, sensitization is highly needed in this case. More awareness should be conducted. Patrick from Farah H. Patrick, thank you very much. Once again, let's get back to the phone lines. Oh, before I forget, I've just signed on. Yes, I'm on the driving seat. So I've just signed on to the One Play back end. And I need to let you know, we have another pair of winners to say hello to this morning. All right, so we'll be giving out 50,000 naira on the show, talking about Hello Port Harcourt this morning, 25,000 each. All you have to do is get onto oneplay.ng. The first draw is going to come in the next 1 hour. So you have 1 hour between now and I would say another 45 minutes, 1 hour, right? Get onto oneplay.ng, select your radio station, which is us, right? And then get your ticket. Some of you complain, I can't use my bank. Every bank is available. I think most banks are available. So you can use bank transfer. There's the line that says bank transfer. All right. And then to show you a number that you can send the money to. And then your number, the number that you use to instigate this transaction or that transaction is going to be called. Now, those of you who don't have smart devices, please use the code *347 *880 *6 hash *347 *880 *6 hash. And then once again, it's 500 naira, and the raffle draw will come your way in 1 hour. I'm laughing because somebody just buzzed and said, "Jude, you've not picked my number." Once again, I don't pick the number. There's a randomizer. In fact, we've been recording and showing some of you, those of you who have even been to the studios to get to see. So there's a computer app here. Those of you who have bought your tickets, I just see ticket 1, ticket 2, ticket 3 to ticket 250. So I can't see any number. But when I do the randomizer and press, randomize, all the numbers just start to drop in, and then one number is chosen. That's it. So it has nothing to do with me. Everything to do with you. Don't forget, the more tickets you get, the better your chances of winning. So 017-923-0002, 0817923-0003. All right, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. Jude, why are we so slow to react in this country? Who is meant to be blamed in this type of scenario? I think it's largely the government. Yes, nothing is wrong with taking a bit of fuel home, maybe for your generator set once a while. But because over the years, Nigerians have been so used to scarcity, we've also been so used to not having the products available at the right places and at the right time. So where do people go? They go to anywhere, any means, just so they can have something to cook or use in their homes. Look at most Port Harcourt residents. They all have their generators at their balcony. Yes, the generator is bringing out fumes. They are safe. But what of the fuel? Where do they keep them? How many 2-bedroom apartments do you have enough space in the backyard for you to safely store your petrol or your diesel, as the case may be? We are not serious in this country, Kelvin says. Nelson is on the line from Igruta. Nelson, good morning. Oh, dear. All right, so Kelvin has a very important point there. So how many 2-bedroom apartments actually have enough space to keep their 20-liter jerrycan of fuel or whatnot? Most of you listen to me now, your generators are on your balcony. Those of you who have, big houses, and you have those, what do you call them, heavy duty generators, the 12, the 10 kVAs and the 15 kVAs and whatnot. It's a bit of a distance away from your house. Right? And even the diesel, you can even build a small place and keep somewhere, right? That's just for your use. So maybe for you it makes sense and it's a bit safer. I agree. But like Calvin is saying, for the rest of us, for the rest people who have to share 3 or 4 apartments with other people, I've been to houses where the generators of the neighbors, are all on one line, in the middle of or behind the house. Muriel's on the line from Okuka. Muriel, good morning, please.
Hello, Jude, good morning.
Good morning.
Look, Jude, you see this petrol issue, If you go to the villages, especially in my village, Okuka, you will ask how many filling stations are there, how many filling stations, and yet there are people doing businesses well that requires using fuel.
Sure. Yeah.
You will see them sample jerry cans with fuel on the road, on this long stool on the road, and heavy sun. Heavy sun. And when the bikes come, most of the time, this bike, Okada men, they come to buy 1 liter, 2 liters, just under the sun, heavy sun, they will be coming in. And sometimes the passenger might be on phone call. Look, what we're doing in this country, we don't like taking risk. We don't value life. We don't live life on just. I don't understand, Joe. That Lagos bus stop, that Lagos station bus stop. In fact, virtually, if you see Lagos bus stop, station bus stop, especially station bus stop, the bus stop itself that has this roof.
The official bus stop. Yes.
Passengers no longer sit there. Is this the one that hot fuel? If you go on the floor, everywhere dark. Police cars, there are, in fact, close to it, police guys are there, still taking their money on the other axis of the lane. Life is set. Life in River State, in Nigeria, everything is so risky. People no longer care about their lives. Let them just survive. Let them just eat. Honestly. And what do we do? It all lies in the hands of the police, and yet they are seeing it. So if they see it and they don't do anything, what do we do? People no longer care. They say, "What? Die and die. Let's just survive. Let's eat." That's it. That's what is going on now. But
wait, Muriel. Now, that on one hand, I agree with you. Like Ibiso said that, look, the rural areas are actually the place where these things are really bad because of larger quantities. But those of us who are in Port Harcourt, for example, those of us who are in Lagos, in Benin, almost everybody I know, Muriel, has a generator in their house. They'll have a 10-liter jerrycan that they will keep. Now that in my area now, I've not had power for about 2 weeks. I have to buy fuel every day. I buy a small quantity because I'm afraid of keeping large quantities. But people need to have the fuel in their house. Not everybody can come out every day to buy. Isn't that a risk in itself?
Absolute risk. And there was a time someone suggested to me, because I wanted to travel and for a long time, maybe for some days, and I said, I want to buy fuel, in jerrycans and travel with so on there along the way. And he said, okay, if you buy, make sure you just take it to the bathroom. Where the place is always cool. Don't keep it outside because of sunlight, and I don't take it at the back of the kitchen. But in the bathroom, just what do we do when you know that some persons, you just wake up tomorrow, they say fuel has. We're not certain of anything. Anything can happen. So it's uncertainty is another issue. We don't know. They don't know the next minute. You will not see fuel. So people die. People run. It's sort of livelihood now, and it's a very risky one. But what do you do? What do you want to tell this person now? Stop it and do what else? They don't believe all die and die. Your man must die. Anything can kill a man. That's what they want. So you tell them, they say, "Madam, leave." Anything. Who do you want to advise, Jude? Who do you, even the police? I've seen police vans parking on the wayside, buying fuel from these hawkers. The police vans themselves, they stop by the wayside and buy from them. So what do we do? When the law enforcement cannot enforce the law, agency cannot enforce the law, is it we, the civilians, that will enforce it?
All right.
Of course, are just living on the time bomb.
That's a very grim way of describing. That's a very grim way of describing this, but I don't think she's far off. My brother, no be for these houses very short, no space in most of the room balcony, nothing to write home about. What is the Minister of Housing doing on that seat? He needs to send agents to inspect some of the houses that people are paying heavily for. Says we are dying gradually. We're dying gradually. So there we have it. All right. The points so far. On one hand, the uncertainty in the space, talking about the energy space, is led to people now having to constantly buy petrol, constantly buy diesel and keep. All right, because there's not a lot of certain that next month either the price will not become higher or to just disappear totally. That's one. Another thing that I am surprised that nobody made mention is the fact that the infrastructure as regarding power supply is really, really bad. 12 days and counting now, I've not had power. A lot of people around Rumosi, Ozoba haven't had power. Some places have not had power for a year, 2 years, 6 months. Vandalism or whatnot. There's so many reasons why. So all these places where people are coming, they don't have power, they still need to eat. They still need to survive. Namdi on the line from Port Harcourt. Namdi, good morning, please.
Yeah, good. Namdi is my name.
Welcome. Thank you for calling, please.
Okay. What I would just say, as an estate surveyor, people that are doing construction should also take safety measures. In as much as human management is difficult, it's always good to remind people that fire extinguisher, sometimes when you do adverts, you talk about safety measures. Fire extinguisher, even ordinary paint bucket, which you use to paint your house, you can use it and pack sand.
Okay.
And keep by the side in case there is any fire outbreak. You start from that. I think what people are doing is also the community of what needs to be done. But the funny part of it is that I'm coming from PHEDC, the NEPA people, formal, and they have a jerrycan by the side. They are using a generator. People that are supposed to supply us lights. Last week in Nigeriainfo, we also heard about federal government going for solar. So I think we just believe that one day solar will be as cheap as housing card used to be before, so that people can have rent. Whether there is a lot of big hazard on fuel, there is. I don't think I'm telling people to take some
safety measures. Yeah.
If there is any outbreak. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. That's Namdi. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Hi, Jude. Always good to comments. Fish all the blood and this for the is it fair compared to the person is emotion first and so because conversations this is called Jude because somewhere you say they draw for the week. All right, weekend or next week. One play G. Get on to it with